Hello everyone, greetings from Thailand. สวัสดีครับ Have you ever heard of Vipassana meditation? Have you ever wanted to give it a try to see what it's like? In this video, I will be sharing with you my experience on a 10-day Vipassana meditation course and instructions on how you can apply for your own experience. Course overview, they have several different courses for different durations, but as a first timer, the 10-day course is your only option. Once you've done the 10-day course, you can do other courses you like. Actually, it takes a total of 12 days because you have to arrive in the mid-afternoon before day 1 starts and stay the night on day 10 to leave the center the following morning. Attending this course is entirely free of charge. On the last day of the course, you can make a donation if you'd like to pay it forward, which is great and encouraged. I know it's early, but I just want you to know that you can quit in the middle of the course if you have valid reasons to, such as health reasons, but the staff will talk you out of it and encourage you to stay until the end of the course. I'd encourage everyone to try to stay until the end of the course, and you feel great and be proud of yourself knowing that you have a strong willpower to do it. As far as practice, the required activity form is to sit with your legs crossed on a cushion on the floor. But don't worry if you can't sit on the floor. You can sit on a chair with a cushion as well. Even though I did mine in Thailand, the teaching is also done in English, so do not worry if you're a foreigner and would like to do it in Thailand. The background of the course creator. This course is taught by Narayan Goenka, as known as S.N. Goenka. He was Indian by descent but born in Burma. He learned the Vipassana meditation technique from a Burmese monk named Sayagi Ubakin in over the course of 14 years. Then he went on a mission back to India, trying to bring what he learned back to the birthplace of Buddhism. To this day, his Vipassana meditation teaching network has grown globally, covering 5 continents. So wherever you are in the world, you can attend his course. His teaching is purely about the Vipassana way of doing meditation and not about Buddhism. It is non-sectarian, meaning it is suitable for anyone of any religion. Throughout the meditation center, there's no incense lighting, Buddha sculptures, praying. The rules. Number 1, maintain quietness. This is both in form of not making noise in hearing and in your mind. It includes obviously no talking, not just with the outside world, but also with fellow students. No praying, no listening to music, no use of mobile phone, no reading books, no note taking. So pen, pencil, paper, notebooks are not allowed. After dinner time on day 10, you'll be allowed to start talking. This is their way of preparing you to be ready to go back to the outside world where there's a lot of noise and preventing you from getting shocked. However, you get your hands on your belongings, include your mobile phone on day 11. Rule number 2, no smoking and alcohol drinking, obviously. Rule number 3, no physical exercises, including jogging, running, even yoga. Rule number 4, wearing muted colored clothes. White is best. Rule number 5, keep clean. Do your own dishes, keep your room clean, wash your clothes. You just have to bring your own detergent. Nevertheless, do not worry. If you're unable to or are not interested in doing your own laundry, you can use their laundry service at a cost. Rule number 6, for new students, you have to undertake 5 precepts and are encouraged to do 8 precepts. See details about all the 8 precepts in their booklet. Rule number 7, eat only vegetarian food, 2 meals a day, breakfast and lunch. You can't eat dinner. Apart from drinking water or certain light beverages, eating other things means you are breaking one of the extra 3 precepts, but it's encouraged that you do not do that. If you really are hungry, you can have a few slices of bread with some jam or peanut butter, or you can drink soy milk. The daily schedule. You wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning. From 4:30 to 6, practice in your room or in the hall together with other students. From 6:30 to 8 is breakfast time and relax. From 8 to 9 a.m. learn a new lesson. From 9 to 11 a.m. practice in the hall or in your own room. From 11 to noon, lunchtime. From noon to 1 is your free time. From 1 to 2:30 p.m. practice in the hall or in your own room. From 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. practice in the hall. From 3:30 to 5, continue practicing in the hall or go do it in your own room. 5 to 6 p.m. is break time. You can have a drink or eat something light like I mentioned before. From 6 to 7 p.m. practice in the hall. From 7 to 8 p.m. lecture in the hall. From 8:30 to 9 p.m. practice in the hall. After 9 p.m. you're free to go to bed. From 9 to 9:30 p.m. Q&A with instructors. Looking at the schedule, you see that you perform meditation several hours a day. The Q&A session is when you can have your questions about meditation answered by the instructors. In my case, it was a group of nuns. In your case, it may be a group of monks or other well-practiced volunteers. On days 1 to 3, they'll have you start from focusing on breathing, realizing the air coming in and out of your nostrils. From day 4 on, you start doing the actual Vipassana meditation where they'll have you focus on your feeling. You can start connecting your focused mind to your body to realize your feeling. And at some point later, they'll have you start to sweep your focused mind throughout your body from head to toes. The goal is to get you to realize that whatever feelings you feel on your body, they don't last forever. They come and go. If you are not distracted by those feelings, just see them the way they are and let go of them. Do not react to them. Stay neutral. Whether they be positive or negative, you get to the root of your mind. You have a strong mind. With a strong mind, you'll be able to dissolve mental impurity, resulting in a balanced mind. My motivation to attend this course, the reason I chose this course is because a friend who did it before recommended it to me. I did mine in early January 2019 at the center in Pisanilok province in Thailand, one of the 10 centers that they have in Thailand. The primary reason I decided to do Vipassana meditation in the first place is for the experience. I had always wanted to do it for several years before. Another reason was it's one of my New Year resolutions. I wanted to be a better person, as in more calm, more mindful. This resolution was driven by the fact that I had lived alone overseas for over 10 years and had just moved back to Bangkok, Thailand to live in my house with my mom by the end of year 2018. And the next door is my sister's family with a 7-year-old nephew. The setup I found to be noisy in a sense. Hence, I wanted to learn a way to live with my family, as strange as it sounds, I know. My experience, in summary, I think it was great. In the morning after I finished the course, I just felt light, both in the mind and the physical weight. And to be honest, I think it's probably because of the fact that I knew it's over and I was going home. I felt relieved. Even though I didn't get to the point of success, like I knew I wasn't able to let go of feelings, and that's normal. Because I met a couple of guys who did this course, one for a 4th time and another one for a 6th or 7th time. They still come to learn to practice, and as of now, almost a year later, I know I'm still far from reaching my goal as a calm and mindful person, but I'll keep on practicing and probably go back to do the course again. During each meditation session, you're supposed to have a strong focus and not distracted by anything, be it itchiness, pain in the back, leg, neck, knee, whatever. However, I honestly couldn't do it. I had to change my sitting position a few times each session, but I tried to get better at it by reducing number of times I moved each session over the course. I found my mind wandering around, but I tried to bring it back to focus again when I realized that it's happening. As far as quitting in the middle of the course, of course, I felt it a couple of times. The first time was at the end of day 4. I felt like giving up just because I didn't like the schedule. but I decided to stick around. The other time was at the end of day 6. This time around, I felt different. I felt the imposter syndrome. I couldn't keep up with the lessons of the course. I couldn't make progress that they said as per the lessons. Like how they mentioned that some people claim to be able to see some white glowing spot. I didn't see that, and I felt like I was lacking behind. Anyway, I'm glad I talked myself out of leaving and stayed on to finish the course eventually. As far as the rules, going in I knew beforehand, and you will too, because they will provide a booklet for you to read to prepare yourself. But I still found a couple of rules quite difficult. The first one was not to use mobile phone. I don't know about you, but I had never been apart from my phone for longer than a day for the last 10 years. So that was tough for me for the first few days, but after that I got used to it, out of sight, out of mind. Because you have to give them your phone to put in a locker and you can never touch it. The other rule was skipping dinner. I tried, and I think I could only do it for a day or two, but for most of the time I had a few slices of bread. As far as daily schedule, the most difficult part for me was the evening time. Because from 7 to 8:15 you have to listen to the lecture, which is the audio tape recording by Mr. Goenka, and it's boring. And after that, from 8:15 to 9 p.m. you have to practice for 45 minutes. It's just boring because at that time of day you're exhausted from having been working on focusing your mind for the whole day, and you have to sit still to listen to the lecture. So to me, that was the toughest time of day. I was ready to wind down. As soon as the practice session was over at 9 p.m., I would immediately go back to my room. I suggest the first step is to visit their website and look at the directory to find the center near you that you want to attend. Then take a look at the center's availability calendar to see when you can apply for the course. From this point on, I'll just tell you my experience because I'm not 100% sure that other centers' procedure would be the same. What I did was I wrote to them expressing my interest and telling them the dates of the course I wanted to attend. They wrote back to me with a questionnaire for me to answer, which I did, and then they replied with a confirmation email that they accepted me to join the course with a few PDF files for details about the course, the logistics, the map for getting to the center. I'd also encourage you to write to them anyway. If you don't find the availability for the dates that you want to attend, you can tell them that you're happy to be on the wait list, and they'll contact you back if they happen to have availability open. Because I found the staff, which are volunteers, to be very nice, kind, polite, and accommodating people.